Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to another episode of Deenversation with myself, Basir, and Ahmad. Ahmad, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? How is your Ramadan going?
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, it's great.
That's great. That's great.
So, Ahmad, what do you have on mind today?
Well, today it's a topic that my fellow youths have encouraged me to talk about a lot. And I know that from your previous discussions, everyone's got fired up about Islam. So we're all thinking the same thing. We're all thinking about marriage.
Oh, okay, so that episode.
Yeah, so we're all thinking about marriage. So can you?
I was worrying. I thought I talked about death, and maybe you guys are now ready in planning something.
No, but
So,
I'm gonna
okay.
be married. I'm gonna be buried with someone at the end.
Okay.
So I just wanted to ask, can you give me a general overview for the system of marriage within Islam and modern times and the modern, situations that we live in? This makes it feels very hard to have an Islamic marriage where I don't know the person that I'm getting married to, because in our culture, it's all a set of marriage, basically. So what do you think about that?
Okay, it's a very good one. It's a fair question. I think many of our youth, not just youth, but even their parents have a lot of confusions about this.
Like, how am I supposed to make my marriage work if I don't even know the person across the veil?
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, there are two extremes, unfortunately, in our society. There is one extreme who are completely liberal and who think that a boy and girl need to have a long relationship. They should have been dating for months or maybe years. They need to know each other. They need to be boyfriend, girlfriend before they can get married.
Lovebirds for a while.
Exactly, and that's the Western model.
Okay.
And you know Islam rejects that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, completely.
Complete.
Then there is another model, which is that, we should not even have seen a picture of our spouse and of our future spouse. And people take pride in that, and they tell you that I never saw your mother when I married.
Never saw, never heard.
Never heard and never
Don't
saw
even
a
know
picture.
about it.
Exactly. And never even asked a question.
Yeah.
My mom came and told me that I found a girl for you, and I never even
Okay,
asked a
got
question.
that.
Exactly. This is also not Islam.
Okay.
This is not Islam. This is zulm. Why?
Okay.
It's not just zulm with yourself, it's zulm with the other person as well. Because
Okay.
you are entering a contract, hopefully a lifelong
Wait a minute,
contract.
wait a minute, wait a minute. Can we track back just for a second? You're calling marriage a contract.
Yeah.
That's
What else?
That's quite a hot topic there you've
Yeah.
cast on there.
What else?
Is marriage a really a contract?
It is a social contract, yes. Two human beings coming together
Yeah.
and getting ready for.
What about love? What about respect and the like that they might have in between each other as two human beings?
Yeah, so
Does that not count for anything?
it does, but how would you quantify that? I mean, that's a given.
Yeah,
That's a given.
that's a
Allah
given.
subhanahu wa ta'ala has put this love between male and female. That's
Yeah.
an instinctual thing.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah that He has done that.
Okay.
And because of that, the part which we discuss is this social contract part.
Okay. So that's just a given
So,
for you.
yes, that's a
Okay,
given. for me.
that's great.
And I think that's a given for
Got it.
human beings. So they come together,
Yeah.
and they come together, as I said, hopefully for life. And now they will be, it's like a venture. They are starting a company together. And that company is called a family. They'll be having children, they have some goals for their lives, how it
Yeah.
should be, everything. And if you don't know your person, and maybe you don't like your person, you don't like the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they think,
You're not
their
compatible with them.
aspirations. Exactly, if you're
Yeah.
not compatible with them,
Okay.
so how will it work? And it won't work, and then it will end up, either it will end up in divorce, or it will end up in a miserable marriage. And that miserable marriage is going to harm the children the most then.
Exactly.
It's all
and that sounds
unfortunate
like,
things.
And that sounds like our view of how the Islamic marriage system works.
Yes, exactly. No, okay, you think this is the Islamic way?
Yeah.
No, it's not. So
No.
it's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
but-
So this was the extreme liberal way. This was the extreme, I would say, orthodox, or I don't know, cultural way. Now let's see what Islam is. Islam encourages the boy and girl to meet, to talk to each other, to exchange views. But wait, please, audience, don't rush. All of this should be done in the presence of a mahram and under the framework of the parents knowing that this is being done with the intention to get married. So parental involvement,
All right.
particularly from the girl's side,
All right.
okay, and a mahram, again, preferably, it has to be a male mahram, not preferably, it has to be a male mahram, and for the girl,
All right.
who should be part or who should be around
Yeah.
when these discussions between the boy and the girl are
All
happening.
right. And what are these discussions limited to? So, am I allowed to talk to the girl about what kind of movies she likes, what kind of novels she reads?
Yes, you
Like for
are.
someone, a book.
What
you know.
what is not allowed is romantic discussions.
Okay.
And why? Let me explain that. You want to be using your mind. You don't want to fall in love in those discussions. In those discussions, you don't. Why? Because if you fall in love, you won't be able to use your mind. The mind stops the day
Okay.
you fall in
Okay.
love. Okay, it stops working the day you fall in
So
love.
we
You must have seen
rationalize
that
the
movie.
red flags also.
Exactly. So you need to see what is going on, and
Okay.
that's why you keep this romantic part out till after
Apart
marriage,
with
after
marriage,
nikah.
yeah.
Exactly, and that's the time. Then here you see compatibility, vision, what they want to do with life, what do they stand for, what their values are. That's what you do.
All right. But once again, how much time can I, talk with her before we get
As
married?
such, there is no limit.
Okay.
So there is no limit on the duration.
And wait a second, this seems very, very, weird. This means that I could talk to so many girls, not that I would, but so many girls under the guise of wanting to marry them,
Mhm.
doesn't this?
Yeah.
So it allows me frank discussions with them before nikah.
Okay, yes, but do you think you would be able to do that to many girls for a long time, for a longer
You're
period?
doubting me.
Frank discussions in the presence of their, let's say, fathers or chacha or brothers.
Yeah,
Would you be able to do that?
it's probably not possible. But it does seem like a short way. And how long can these discussions range for? Can I talk with her until I'm satisfied? And when is that time limit? Like, what
So-
if the family, after 1 month of talking, the family says that's enough?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. That's their right. That's their
Okay.
right.
Okay.
The girls could say that I'm done.
And
I've
what if,
understood.
and what if the family is fine with anything? In 8 months, 9 months, they're talking.
Yeah, it's. I would say there are no hard and fast rules for this.
Alright,
Okay.
alright.
So again, there is a framework, and then there is this intention which you should have, and then there is this parental involvement, and then you have this mahram condition to be present, and that's it then.
And
I
this-
don't think it would ever be close to a year that this goes
And
on.
and the mahram always has to be present.
Yes, the mahram has to be around, so you
Okay.
can't. He has to know that
Okay.
you guys are
You guys
there.
are
He has to be
accepting,
in the same vicinity.
Vicinity,
So
okay.
he need not be listening, but he
Okay.
needs to be around.
Okay.
We can't be khulwa.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so this effectively, just cancels out the fact that you won't know the person that you're marrying. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's amazing. That sounds really amazing. So what's the difference from the girlfriend boyfriend system and this system that Islam's proposing? Then in both you can talk with them, let them get to know each other and everything. So why are we so hard and fast against the girlfriend boyfriend system then?
No, why? Because
It
that.
seems like one of the
Yeah,
same
but
things.
there you don't have parental involvement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So which is actually a huge factor in limiting the risks, particularly to the girl.
Okay.
Okay,
That makes sense.
so it has to be, her parents need to be involved. They need to know who you are. They would have access to you, to your family. So it's not something hidden.
Yeah.
The problem with those bad things
Yeah.
is that they're hidden.
Yeah.
The good thing about the positive actions is that they're public. You don't need to hide them. So this is not hidden from anyone.
And another thing, I wouldn't be able to talk with a girl frankly. So my first impression of her, and then when I would start to want to discuss with her father that I want to talk to her, my first impression of her will always be based on her beauty or her outward look, right?
Mhm.
So then I'd approach her father only after I've looked at her outwardly. So there's no actual starting the relationship right off the bat with personality in Islam,
Mhm.
which is a
No,
point.
but personality. What do you mean by personality? Personality
Like
is
I couldn't
a lot
gauge
of
their
things.
personality before I got permission from their father to talk to her.
Mhm. Oh no, you could have heard things about her from your sister, from your mother, from others.
Send my sister in as a spy.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Of course, why not?
Sounds
This
like
would be a very reasonable thing that your sister is going around places and then she finds someone, sees someone, and thinks that I need to punish this girl, get her married to Ahmad.
That's too cruel of you. Okay, that makes things a lot clearer.
Okay, so you happy with the provisions that Islam gives you in order to get married?
I am, and I'll take full, full
Advantage
pleasure
of
in-
it.
Full pleasure in it. Abdul.
Okay. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you very much, listeners. Hope you're enjoying the series of the Deenversation and these topics which we are having. We're looking forward for your input, particularly if you have questions or you would like to suggest topics. Please do that. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.